Agassi, and this is the 100 Languages Italian. Today, we're reflecting on relationships, how to build, nurture, and grow beautiful and authentic relationships with our learners in the classrooms of the new normal, how to help our children grow and connect with one another in the social distance classrooms. Okay, let's begin. We're going to focus on 5 different factors that help us grow and foster strong relationships. We're going to look at compassion, we're going to look at connection, we're going to look at curiosity, communication, and continuity. So by the end of this session, we'll high five to any relationship in the classroom and make it stronger. Okay, let's begin, shall we? 1. Compassion. Every human relationship or bond of any kind starts with understanding the other person, or at least attempting to understand the other person. Compassion is that feeling of empathy, of putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and really trying to understand where that person is coming from. And we need to approach our learners with that compassion, especially now that they're bringing so much baggage from home, from their diverse situations, from the situations of anxiety, very often fear, misunderstanding that was caused by the recent historical events of the COVID-19. We start with compassion, and on that we build. Number 2, connection. Connection is something we all need to be open to. No relationship can be formed without a genuine connection and that openness to connect. If we are not approachable, if we are not amiable, children will be able to spot that instantly. We cannot fake genuine connection. Children are amazing detectives and they're such investigators with such pure hearts. They know if we're faking a relationship. Okay, so what to do to form a strong connection? Open yourself up to it. Let yourself be liked and like back. Children are inspiring, and in those connections you will find beauty and wonder that will take the learning in your classroom to another level. Number 3, curiosity. We are curious about our learners because they bring so much richness and variety and uniqueness to our classrooms. They drive our curriculum. Their questions, wonderings, their sense of curiosity, it drives our classroom, but we equally need to bring it back to them. We need to pay them back and be curious about them. Ask them not only about their days and not small talking through the day with them, but asking them deep, big, and genuine questions. I keep saying word genuine a lot. It's for a reason. Authenticity is key when building strong relationships, whether it's with little children, whether it's with adults, even with your dog or cat. It's important that we put our hearts into it so that curiosity comes from a place of honestly wanting to know what that other person is about, what drives them, what they're passionate about, what makes them tick. All right, and with that comes communication. Conversation is important, but so is our body language. Children are amazing readers. They read our eyes, they read our gestures, they read our posture. They can really read into the whole morning conversation that happened over our coffee table at home as they're looking at the wrinkles on our forehead when we're checking the attendance in the classroom. They will know you had a crappy morning. They will know you didn't feel okay about what happened before you entered the classroom. So it's really important that you are genuine about how you communicate with kids. Again, that word, being genuine, being authentic. They will appreciate you for who you are, and they will feel valued, and they will form a partnership with you, knowing that you value them as communication partners. You will definitely form a stronger bond with your children if you treat them as equal communication partners. If you give them the same care and attention as you would have given any other conversation partner. They will feel valued and respected through that, and the bond will grow closer and stronger than ever. And last but certainly not least important is continuity. Relationships thrive on rituals, on traditions, on healthy repetition. Children feel safe in their routines. Our morning questions, afternoon reflection sessions, morning story times, things that we do every day through which we communicate, they form a beautiful bond in our classrooms. Through those rituals and traditions of everyday types of communication, we grow closer and closer with our children. They expect certain things to repeat every day, and as they do, they feel reassured in the strength of the bond and the balance and the platform that they have in their classroom. That gives them the sense of kinship, a sense of belonging. And these are extremely important for children to find themselves in these classrooms of the new normal. More important than ever before. How do you introduce these difficult sometimes conversations? How do you introduce reflection on relationships into your classrooms? If you are in a PYP school, we're all looking at the attributes of the learner profile, and we're finding meaningful context to talk about how to be caring, how to show empathy, how to be balanced in how we behave and who we are. However, there is always a perfect conversation starter for any situation, and it's a book. As you know, many beautiful things happen with books. That's why you're here. You're curious, you're lifelong learners. Many beautiful things start with books. I'm a book nerd. I love books. This is, I think, the most barren of all of my bookshelves. It's funny, I'm sitting by it because everywhere else in the atelier and in my room and in the makerspace upstairs, I've got books and shelves upon books. I particularly love picture books, and this is a beautiful book about relationships. It's The Day That Crayons Quit by Drew Daywald. It's a beautiful conversation starter for any conversation about relationships. The book tells a story about a boy, a primary school student, Duncan, who all of a sudden finds himself abandoned by all of his crayons. But to his bewilderment, the crayons leave him goodbye letters. And they're very explicit about why they leave him and what is wrong with their relationship with Duncan. How they don't feel looked after, how they don't feel appreciated. And through these really funny and witty letters, we see a picture of a boy who really forgot how to look after his best friends and how to ask and be curious about how they are and what they really like and what are their favorite things to do. And through reflection on these great letters, many of readers and many of my children in the classrooms have understood and reflected on their own relationships. It's a beautiful book to start the school year with, but really it's such a gorgeous picture book that you can intersect it anytime into your classroom conversation, and you will always find great value and great reflection in it. So let me know if you try it out. Let me know how it goes. There's also The Day That Crayons Came Home, which is another beautiful picture book, but there are so many beautiful picture books for any type of conversation and any type of concept we want to unpack. I hope you'll try to reflect on those relationships. I hope you will use the 5 factors. You'll focus on compassion, showing empathy. You'll focus on forming real connections and bonds and being open to forming a connection. That you will approach everything through curiosity and being genuinely interested in your learners, in your colleagues, or in your partners in conversations in the classroom. That you will communicate openly, authentically, with honesty, with kindness, and last but certainly not least, that you will continue growing and building these relationships through different rituals, routines, and traditions of your classroom. Let me know how it goes. I hope you have some beautiful relationships forming this year and in the years ahead. I'm curious to hear from you on the comment section or on Instagram and other social media channels. What other topics, what other big questions we have that we want to delve into. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you, take care, stay safe, and keep learning.